Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mirna from Mirna's Calm Joys. Long time no see. I wasn't making any videos for some time. There was a lot of illness, colds, especially with my little son last week again. And then when he's out of school, I don't have much quietness and room for filming. So yeah, I have a new video. This one is going to be about Louis Vuitton Emily notebook cover. Mine is in the noir pebbled imprinted leather, and this is the A5 slim size. In this video I'm going to show all the possibilities how you can use this cover with different notebooks, different systems, and how I use my pens with it and why I love it so much. So let's start. This is the notebook cover I got as a Christmas gift for my husband. I have an unboxing video that some of you may have seen already. So for those of you that haven't seen it, you can go and check that video on my channel. And I promised there that I would film possibilities and how I will use my pens in it. But today I'm going to cover also notebooks and different systems. The way I mostly like to use it, because I love standard TN size for journaling and memory keeping. That's why when I saw this cover, I thought it is perfect for my standard TN size journals and books, notebooks and memory keepers, because you can fit thicker notebooks, a couple of them, and have room because A5 slim size is a little bit wider than standard size, and hence fits several notebooks in standard TN size. And you still have room for a pen in here. Or if you push your notebooks to the edge here, you have a room to put your pen here. The Sterling ink and one horizontal compact common planner is my memory book keeper, and the full year Stalogy cut to standard TN size is my personal journal. Standard TN size is 21 millimeter height, the same as A5 paper size, but the width of the paper is 11 centimeters. A5 slim is a little bit wider. It is the same height, 21 centimeters, and the 13 centimeters in width. I'm going to show paper different sizes just in a moment to compare. I have here A5 paper size with me. This is my disk system, social media, a project, planner, and notebook for various notes and ideas. So this is something I don't usually carry out of the house. This is staying with me. I made this myself, bought some of these discs on Amazon 5 years ago. I wanted to try the disk system. Before going to maternity leave, I wanted to try the discs for notes at my work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 discs is for A5 size, which is the same for half letter size for those of you who like discs. But I don't like to use half letter because I love to have the same paper size to print on. So the half letter makes it a little bit different because it's narrower for 8 millimeters and it's higher for 5, so it's 21 point, I think 5 or 7, I don't know, but it's higher and narrower. And when you print, because I designed some of my inserts myself, it's easier to design for A5 and then print them. And then because I use standard TN size, which is the same height, just width is different. I now designed some other disc sizes myself to use for myself. I'm gonna show this in a second, but this system is very easy. This is what I did for October this year. I have some calendar pages at the front, and then most of the other sections I use for notes, for ideas, for sketches, for other stuff. I have some really old ones and new ones in here, so I don't want to show every single one of them today. I'm gonna show my 2025 planner system soon, so stay tuned for that. Then I'm gonna show more what's in here. But these gold discs, I have the set of the pink one as well, are good because they're aluminum, so the pages turn nicely. You don't have any problem. The same as with rings, the pages on these ones are really nicely turning. And what I love about this, you can kind of write in here, and then later you can cut this off, punch holes for A5 rings and put them with A5 rings. This is for home. So now going back to this, I'm showing you this because I have another idea for this in this Louis Vuitton cover. So yeah, when I'm using these two notebooks, I like to have one fountain pen with me. I love to use fountain pens with my journals and memory keeping books, and in my planners too. I really enjoy them. So with this notebook, I have some other pen holders and pen cases. For example, sometimes I would take this with me separately in a bag, but this is a bit heavy, and I mean, it's not heavy in bigger bags, but sometimes I only want to bring 1 or 2 pens, and before I get some other pen cases and pen loops and pen holders that are smaller, I decided to make myself one, actually 2, that work specifically with this Emily notebook cover and this standard TN size of notebooks inside. Because when you look, you put both notebooks on each side of the cover, you still have a lot of room here to put your pens. So I decided to make myself this pen holder with one piece of leather here to go behind the notebook on this side. This is really soft and plush. So when I close this, you see how, I don't know if you can really see, not really, but maybe, yeah, it's dark, but it's here. And it's not touching, the notebooks are really not touching at all the pen inside. It is fully protected in this leather. And that's why I wanted to make myself a pen holder like that. So I can even bring my more expensive fountain pens here in this leather holder. This is a bit wider and soft. I left this here so it's easier to pull the pen out, and left the room on this side. This is stitched here, but I left the room on this side so I can open it and pull my pen out this way, or maybe just push a little bit here and take my pen out. Here on this part, I'm going to show which pen it is. Just let me show you in a second. If you can see when I do this, here is another piece of elastic stitched to this part, which is holding the pen. So when I put my pen inside through the leather holder, it goes through the elastic pen loop here down, which comes to the down part of the pen. So this is the Laban 325 steel nib fountain pen in Aqua Lagoon color. When I put it inside, the little elastic holder is in this part here. So when the pen goes inside, the holder holds it tightly here because it's tighter inside than the width of this letter. So that's how I put my pens. And there's a stitching here before the plastic, and the stitching here that is attaching the leather holder to the plastic. This is thin and nice, and that's why it can be used here, or the same way on the other side here. And you can also, I can also put it in here. I'm going to show in a second. This also can hold my big M1000 fountain pen from Pelikan, the Pelikan M1000 in Renaissance Brown. And as you can see, I just pull it in here, and the leather is so soft with a fuzzy material in here that is protecting the pen, and the holder molds around the pen. It's really having enough room. Just when it goes through this pen loop is one tight fit here, but you can see this is all the access, but the pen loop is holding it tight. There's no way this can fall out now. You can go like this or like that. It's really fast and nicely. So this is one solution. That way I have one fountain pen inside and this here, and this is all I need. If I want to take something with me for journaling on the go, this is it. Or I mean, if you use the standard side as a planner and use only notebook planners, I use my Franklin Covey compact rings in personal sized covers as my all planners. But sometimes I only take this with me, or my on the go week sized planner. So this is the other one from Sterling Ink. I showed the small unboxing of this. So this sometimes goes with me, and I can even put it in between these two. And you look, you have a pen holder, two notebooks, even one small week's notebook, and all fits because it doesn't have that closure. And you can put it in every bag. Really love the compactness of this. I really love this leather and this print on it. I would also like to get my hands on the red one as well, but I was either or. When I told my husband what I want for Christmas, either black or red. Those are my like nicer colors for these expensive covers. You don't have to have this. There's plenty of other A5 Slim leather covers that you can order from different small makers or other companies. I think Giglio even makes A5 Slim traveler's notebook leather cover with string. So you will have strings inside here and one string that closes it here, but it's the same size as this. And you can have several traveler's notebook, those thin notebooks. Let me show those in a second. So this is one way I carry it, or I just take one of the notebooks out and bring just my memory keeping book or just my journal and my small everyday on the go solution. Here you have also solution to carry it like that. Let's now see how this looks when the notebooks are pushed here and this pen loop goes in here like that. Let me just bring the other one. You don't, for those of you who don't have thicker notebooks and only compact, it would fit even better. So these are one thick notebook, one compact Sterling Ink one in standard size. And as you can see, when you push the notebooks towards the edge of the spine and you put one of the holders like that here, it's fine. It works nicely. And this is also something to be considered. I'm planning to make myself, this is the leather I had at home from before. I might make myself the black one like that to go more together with the color of the Louis Vuitton outer color. But this is really good for me for now. So like this or like that here. But then you can see it out. I like it here because you can't really see it, but you have your pen with you. You don't need any other pen carries if you only need one pen with you, and that one is enough either for work or for journaling. That's it. You have everything in here, and in the smaller flat bags, not micro bags, but smaller bags, this fits nicely. And let me now show you. Oh, This is another solution. I also made it with just an elastic. So these plastics, I already showed them in my other videos, in my system video back in fall. These are the ones that I bought from Dollar Tree store here in Ontario, Canada. Maybe there's some other similar stores in US where you can purchase these. This is something I bought also 5 years ago to make dividers, plastic dividers in my planners. These are a bit thicker than the ones I use here, but these are perfect for those pen loops, pen holders, and you can stick them anywhere or make different ones for your ring planners. This one I made on the half of the size. This is the size of the standard TN paper, so you can also use this one here. Just stick your pen here and carry it here as well with your, this is the smaller pen. I made it a bit larger to fit my bigger pens like the Laban, which has a thicker, wider pen cap. When you close it, the pen is nicely secured here, won't fall out anywhere because the elastic holds it here. For thinner pens like my M205, this goes like this, and then the clip is holding itself here, and see, you still have it here. Then this is the, I measured approximately, then I stitched first row stitching here, then punched the holes in this elastic holder and stitched the elastic here. The tools I used for that are these two. This is my tool I bought a long time ago from Amazon to stitch leather with, to punch holes for leather, and this one as well was in that set, and that's what I used here. I marked and then I punch hole with this because this is a bit thicker, and then I just stitched it with needle. And this elastic is something you can buy in any fabric store, I think. So it can be used here as well as here. This is one idea. You can also buy one of those Leuchtturm stickers with small elastics as pen loops. You stick it on here or any other cardstock paper which is thicker, and there you go. Just cut the paper the standard tin size, stick it here behind the notebook, and you have your pen in here. I think other people have already showed this, but I wanted to show some other solutions. Or there's some pen clips, like I think Superior Labor makes one, or Traveler's Notebook Company makes one, leather, those clips that you can clip on the outside of the leather, but you can clip them on the notebook cover here to use your pens on it here, or they stick out here and then you have your pens here. This is not the look I like with this expensive cover, so I wanted to kind of have something that is gonna keep the cover in good condition, but also have my pens protected nicely inside. Now I want to show other notebook sizes that can fit this cover. So this is the standard size, 11mm width, which is actually the size of this is my Traveler's Notebook cover I made myself from leather, and this is the same from last year notebooks I was using for memory keeping and journaling. This is that 11cm width that in most Traveler's Notebook looks like this. So this is Emily compared to the other size leather covers. And then for some of you that use those thin Traveler's Notebook booklets, you can even have one compact sterling ink standard size notebook and then use elastic to put this inside here and have one more book here and then one here, and this is how it fits. Then you have even more room here, but or you can have for those of you who only use thin notebooks, you can have two on this side connected with another small elastic, like I made myself this small thin one, and then connect notebook to notebook on this side, and then notebook the same way, notebook on this side, like it would be done with these two. Let's say like that. So notebook to notebook here, and then the same way on this side, same two, but here it would be the same thickness as one of this. I don't have four to show you, so that's why I left this one inside, but this is how it would look. Still room for a pen here. These notebooks are Traveler's Company, that thin paper one, plain notebook, and then this is the A5 Lamy notebook with this kind of paper, which is also good for fountain pens. I use this one to practice layering, so I just had it cut to standard size as well, and connect them with this. The other solution is the real A5 slim size, and I have an example of this notebook and another Lamy A5 cut, this time to A5 slim size, which is centimeter 0.8 shorter than A5. So if you want to compare the paper size, this is the A5 paper behind in these discs. This is A5 slim width. The Clairefontaine A5 is 5 millimeters shorter than 21 centimeters. I don't know why. They say it's 20, it's 21, but when measured, it's actually 20.5 or something like that. It's not full. That's why it's shorter than this one. This is true A5, the Lamy one behind here. As you can see, it's just a smidge shorter, but I had them cut the same width, which is 13 centimeters, and that is A5 slim size. This notebook has 192 pages in 96 sheets. This is $13 in one of the bookstores. I bought it here in Canada. This is Canadian dollars. So Clairefontaine is really good with fountain pens. I did some swatching before. You see, I cut it off. I was using it as an A5 before, just to have some swatches and some writing. So the paper is really good for fountain pens, and if you want a cheap notebook to write with, this is really good size to have it cut, because it has the thread stitching here, and any paper printing shop can cut it for you. So they cut it for me and rounded the edges, and I want to show you how it looks inside the cover. So this is A5 slim width, and this fits perfectly in this Emily. It's a bit shorter here because it's shorter than A5, but it comes edge to edge, and this thickness is it. If it would be thicker, I don't think it would fit properly. The upper closure of the cover would come like this, so it would show a little bit if it was really thick planner notebook inside, or planner, but this thickness works perfectly, and I think it was meant to be used like that, because this cover is meant to be used as a cover for Louis Vuitton Clemence notebook, which are, I think, this thickness, or maybe even a little bit thinner. I don't have that to show you. So this is A5 slim. When I just add one thin notebook from Lamy in the same A5 slim width, it looks like this. It really doesn't close well, because look, now it's too thick for this upper cover to come close above here. So I don't know if you can see that. This is how it looks, and I can push it a bit, but then you're stretching the leather, I think, here, and then this comes out. It's not really working. But maybe if you have notebook this thickness, then you can use a standard size on top of the other side if you need two. if you need one for notes, print up, journaling, and then one small monthly notebook for planning, then it works perfectly as well. Doesn't bother it. The edge comes to the edge here, the same width. And then with that solution, I would use, of course, the pen loop on this side here. I would just put it here, like that. Or maybe in the one here, because it's true standard size, the smaller one. Like that, and here you go. The same works with the Sterling Ink compact book. I have my decoration here, like this, and works. A5 slim notebook in the back, and one common planner compact in the front, and works. Two of them perfectly together. You can even push this one up here and use the same pen holder here with one pen being here. It would work. It goes a little bit down, but it still works. I think that is a very good solution. It's also for those of you who need, let's say, one planner on this side and the notebook with blank pages on the other side for meetings or for work. So planner plus notebook. Very nice. And then also I want to show how this works with discs. So I made myself two notebooks, two different paper size, to show you how it works if some of you want to use discs in this Louis Vuitton cover. This is the standard TN size of paper, so 11 centimeters width, 21 centimeters height, and these discs are plastic ones from Staples stores here in Canada. These are just basic small plastic ones. These are 20 millimeters diameter discs. I think that's 3/4 inch discs, if I'm not mistaken. And these are the biggest size of discs that I like to use for my notebooks. Anything bigger than that, I can't really write on the other side. Those like really like wide inch thick discs, I don't like them. This is also the same size. These just look smaller. This is good because you can turn your pages right here, put it in the notebook and go. This is how it looks in the Louis Vuitton Emily with this paper size. So I made the notebook fully myself, those same plastic sheets. Oh, let me show you those sheets. So these are the sheets I was talking about that I bought at Dollar Tree store here in Canada. These were back then 2 plastic sheets you get inside. These are actually plastic cutting mats to cut vegetables or fruits on top of them. These are 11 times 14 inch size. You get 2 pieces. One side is matte, the other side is really smooth plastic. And then I cut them to size to use for the backing of my discs notebooks. So with the standard TN size paper and 12 millimeter discs, this is the perfect planner you can make for yourself. And then you can customize it totally yourself. Have any printed pages. These were, I was printing from A5 ones just to see how it looks. I then later on made them to the size. I was just playing around. I will make new ones. This is, by the way, Rhodia paper. And yeah, I have also these plastic sheets which are thinner. And I have that one also to cover my notebooks because they are matte and don't have such a glare when I'm filming these videos, but also are thin and nice like those plastic ones I was showing in my fall video of my system notebooks. So 20mm discs, and standard TN size fits perfectly. The A5 Slim with this wouldn't work, also nor would be a little bit smaller than A5 Slim, so this is the perfect size. You can even then put your pen loop in here, although it sticks a bit wider, but you can punch the holes and put it inside to have with your discs for on the go and make yourself your own planner without needing to buy any other notebooks. You can use it like it is here. But then I discovered small tiny discs, which I love even more, on Amazon. These are 15mm discs. I found from the store called Bene Create, which come in this plastic sheet. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11 it was on the listing. You get 11 little discs, but these are perfect to have for your notebooks. So when you're writing on top of them, you don't even feel them. They're so great. I'm so happy I found them, so I ordered immediately another set. And I would love if they made the gold ones as well, because these are aluminum as well, so they're more sturdy, and the pages of the aluminum discs are always easier to just turn the pages. On the plastic ones it goes a little bit differently. For this one, because the discs are smaller, I decided to make a wider page. So this is 1 centimeter wider than standard, which is, instead of 11, it's 12 centimeter, but it is also 1 centimeter shorter than true A5 Slim. So compared to A5 Slim, it looks like this. And the small part of these discs comes, instead of that, 1 centimeter of the notebook. And that's why it works perfectly. I mean, really perfectly with the Louis Vuitton Emily. Look at that. So good. And since the discs are so small, they're not even, you don't even have to fear that the discs are going to ruin your notebook covers. They're not even, you can't even feel them. Like, it's so good. And even with that, I've tried to add another notebook of standard TN size in the other pocket, and look at that. Now you have your discs system in here and your standard notebook in here. Both work together perfectly, although with this the pen loop needs to then go on this side. There's no room to put any pens in here on this side, but that doesn't bother me. I made the same one, but I punched holes on this side for the discs and put it in the planner itself. I mean, notebook. It's not serving as a planner yet for me, but I did some pages. I made these on my own from the A5 size I just made them standard size, and then I played around with the in between standard and A5 Slim. The beauty of discs is that you can make any notebook you like, any size, with your discs. Just punch them later, and there you go. You put one decorative paper on the front, you punch those thin plastic sheets at the front as a cover, in the back those thicker ones, so you can slip them inside the leather cover, and there you go. Your whole planner can be here. For those of you who like taller planners for more room to write, but don't need as those heavy planner discs and big ones, this is perfect, because this is the size of those coiled notebooks many people use. But I don't like coils because they get ruined and squished, and these you can reuse over and over again every year. It's perfect, like rings. So this is how it works here. Again, very nice. You can even use it with the common planner compact on this side and have your disc system for notes or for something else, other planner on this side. I might use it for planning my social media and my work on the go when I want to take my journal and something bigger, because I mostly don't take this out of the house. This is bigger and staying in the house, so this is more compact. You can use it really nicely for those of you who want nicer solutions and more compact for your work or notes. And you don't mind discs. This is really nice. You don't even feel writing over this. I can easily write on this side because this notebook is having enough surface underneath, or on this side it is closing nicely. Really beautiful solution as well. So love that. These thin plastic sheets that I showed, those smooth ones, fully transparent ones, are always making a glare, so I found these. And the other ones always show fingerprints and scratches. These are perfect because they're so thin, and I made myself those tabs of them, but also dividers in my rings from them. These are the sheets I'm talking about. These are report covers. This is the shop I usually take my books to cut, and they had these. The same ones are those fully transparent ones that make such a big layer, but I asked them if they have something matte, and they showed me this. It's matte on one side and it's totally smooth on the other side, but they don't show any scratches, any fingerprints. That's why they're nicer for my new dividers. I'm using these now and I love them. Okay, so those are discs. And lastly, we covered notebooks, travelers notebooks, discs, and now I want to show for some of you that are thinking of adding rings maybe to the Louis Vuitton Emily. These are spare set of rings I'm keeping for making. I'm in the process of making A5 ring cover. I'm going to use that for my pen and ink catalog. So stay tuned for that. That video will come soon, how I'm using that. But if you like smaller rings, these are only 20mm rings, and want to maybe use that system in your Emily, you could buy one of those cheap transparent ring covers that have plastic and the small rings like this from Amazon. Then just cut the closure and then slip it inside the Emily, so you don't have to punch holes through the Emily. But I wanted to show how this looks with standard TN paper size. So you can even use Emily with that. This is how the paper size of the standard TN cut paper with 20mm rings works in here. Or you could just cut the thick paper, sorry, not paper, thick plastic, punch holes, put the rings on it, and then slip this inside this side of the Emily cover. Okay, these are solutions. I really love it. This Emily cover is so great. I want to show you the puncture I use. This is the arc disc puncture. It's huge. I know there's some other ones now from Amazon and AliExpress that you can buy those small ones that go like this, but this is nice. It really is sturdy and you can punch even those plastic covers nicely. And you have all the sizes here. You can mark your A5 junior is the half letter size, then letter size, then A4 size, and then even you can measure smaller notebooks and make your own notebook. I even made one pocket notebook with small discs, and this is really great for those of you who look for a great puncher. This is good. I even am thinking of making one smaller notebooks in passport size to have on the go with these, or make another A5 slimmer notebook. I don't know, we'll see. I wanted to show you other paper that I got recently. I'm gonna make in another video for fountain pens. I ordered some Tomoe River paper and some Eurofil paper from Amazon to compare because people are complaining about bleed through with fountain pens. So I'm gonna show that in another video. These are some pages. This is Tomoe River, this is Eurofil. Works pretty nicely. This Eurofil A5 sheet paper, which is 74 GSM, and you can easily print on this in this A5, Then cut it just to side, punch and put in your disc notebook here to use in your Emily. That's why I'm showing that here, because I've punched even Tomoe River paper, which is so thin. And this one I was scribbling on before cutting it, but I wanted to try how it holds up when you turn the pages on your discs. As you can see, it's not too bad. Like, it might not like last for the whole year if you have your calendar pages on it, but for notes pages in the back and to write your journal entries or your notes, you can even do that. Buy this paper. A4 size is double the A5 size. So if you buy A4, you can cut it just in half and then print on one part of the A5 size into an like 12 millimeters, which is this. Cut it straight and punch in and put in your discs to use with your Emily. I really like this. Like, this works so beautiful. This is the paper I bought for my pen and ink catalog in A5 rings. I'm going to show soon. So I have to test it more. So far so good. This one paper I tested is really holding up nicely in these discs and no bleed through. This is one small spot where I was going I was really pressing on this one, so that's why this went through. But otherwise I was like, as you can see, no bleed through. This is just a regular printer paper in 28 pounds weight, and you can see this is bleeding through. This is some other ink I'm testing here, just scribbling notes. I just cut plain paper notebook in the bag just to make a notebook to see how the size works for me. This is me print testing these pages, which are standard size. Now I have to make these for this wider side, and I may maybe publish them somewhere for sale if somebody's interested one time. I don't know, I just made them for myself for now. I just resized my A5s calendar pages, which is only monthlies here, but look how much of the monthlies this is taking in regular printer paper. Let me show you. It comes to here. So these are all the monthlies in 28 pound printer paper, which is really thick. Look at that. So if you could print on, I need to print them now on this Aerofil paper, which is 75 GSM, a little bit thicker than Tomoe, but it would be much thinner. These are 12 months, so 24 sheets of paper. Look how thick they are. This is taking a lot of this part, but I'm going to use this only with monthlies and the rest back here with different categorized pages for ideas when I'm on the go, and some of the better paper, so I have more papers inside and I can use my fountain pens. That's the main reason. But yeah, I just printed one test page on it. This turned out crooked because I didn't put the paper nicely but it worked. It prints on my printer, which is good to know. And this is trying out the Benu medium size fountain pen with the Ferris Wheel Press Velvet Ballet ink, and so far so good. No bleed through nicely with this. This is Sakai Technical Paper Company, Tomoe River, made in Japan. It says renewed in 2023, it says. So I don't know if this is Sanzen paper and this company is just selling it, or this is really Sakai Tomoe River paper and they produce it. I'm not sure if the facility that is making it is still in Sanzen and they are just renaming it as their company paper. If some of you know, but so far it's good. The same company makes the Aerofil paper. It says also Sakai. You can see here, Sakai Technical Paper Company, Ltd, Sakai TP Co. Japan. And it's called Aerofil paper. I don't understand all, but it's 100 loose A5 sheets, which means 20 200 pages. This one you get 100 sheets, but when you cut it in half for A5, then you get 200 sheets, which means 400 pages. I even started cutting some. I'm going to show that, but that's for another video. So that's it, guys. This is my video of how I like to use my Emily notebook cover, all the options. Let's put some of these back in here. I really love it. It's simple, it's easy, no cover closure, which makes it like really easy to open and write, and for on the go, especially if you only need one book, but you can use 2 or 3 depending on the thickness of the book and on the size. If you go through A5 slim, then only one you can use, like this one, with some smaller one on the other side. This works perfectly. So a little bit wider than standard, but smaller than A5 slim. I hope this helps. I hope I gave you ideas. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. These discs, I don't know if I can link them below, because I can't find the listing, because they only had 3. I bought 2. I don't know if another person bought them, but maybe if I find them again, I will link them. But just search 15mm aluminum discs for planners. They should pop out. Hope you found this video helpful. This is how I would use my ST with it. Looks pretty nice, eh? Or my Laban. Looks pretty nice and elegant, right? Or this is how my platinum pen looks in here. With the platinum, which is thinner, I can even go like this to protect this side here. But I can put another pen holder inside here to have 2 pens, and put this one inside so it's a little bit more protected. Or just use my protective one. That's why I made it like this. I wanted to mention Sterling Ink just put the listing of the new notebooks in this A5 slim size that are probably working perfect for this cover. I haven't purchased mine yet, but I will. There are 272 pages and 520 pages of Tomoe River paper notebooks in graph paper. She's offering on her list, on her post on Instagram, she wrote in the description that 520 pages will not fit perfectly. I'm guessing this part will go a bit like this if you try to put it in. So maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe try both. See, I'm gonna order 272 because I love those compact notebooks more. And then we'll see. I will show you that in my future videos when I order it and it arrives here. Excuse me. Hope this has helped you guys, and stay tuned for the new videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.